Okay, let's begin. cheto-darpana-marjanam, bhava-maha-davagni-nirvapanam, sheyah kairava-chandrika vitaranam, vidya-vadu-jeevanam, anandam-budhivardhanam pratipadam, purnamrita-swadanam, sarvatma-snaparam param vijayate, Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, Namnamakani Bahuda, Nija Sarva Shakti, Tatrarpita Niyamitaha, Smarane Kalaha, Hetadrishi Tava Kripa, Bhagwan Mamapi, Durdaivam Midrisham Miha, Jani Nanuragaha, Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Shaishnuna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadahari, न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनि ईश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहितुकी त्वयि हे नन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतितं माम विश्वमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजस्थित धूलीसदृशं विचिन्तये नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गदगदहृदया गिरा उल्कैर्निचितं वपुः कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायतं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवर्षायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्द विरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पिनष्टु मामदर्शनान् मर्मदां करोतु वा यथा तथा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः last week when we ended up with Chaand Kaazi's story and how Chaand Kaazi, even though he was a Muslim and he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and first there was a big uproar and people didn't want the Sankirtan to continue, but then Mahaprabhu went with even more force, and then they both spoke, and Chaand Kaazi accepted Mahaprabhu's words, and then he has allowed everybody to continue the Sankirtan. And not only that, he promised that everybody who is born in my dynasty will never again go against the Sankirtan movement in Bengal. Today, we are going to read other stuffs. Today's chapter is much easier, almost going to end. Adi-lila, last chapter, 17th, Adi 17th, the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya in his youth. Ekadina Shri Vas mandir gosai, Nityanand sange nitya kare dui bhai. Mrita putra mukhe kaila gyanera kathana, apane dui bhai, haila Shri Vas nandana. One day, the two brothers, Lord Nityanand Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, were dancing in the holy house of Shri Vas Thakur. At that time, a calamity took place. Shri Vas Thakur's son died. Yet, Shri Vas Thakur was not at all worried. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu caused the dead son to speak about knowledge. And then the two personalities became the sons of Shri Vas Thakur. So this is a story that is described by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur in his Amrit Prabha Bhasya. One night, Shri Vas Thakur's home was a place where everybody will be, gathering and chanting, and Sankirtan used to go on the whole night. One night, the Sankirtan was going on, and it so happened that his son had some disease. And he died while the Sankirtan was going on. Somebody came and gave him the news. And Mahaprabhu is busy dancing and everybody is busy dancing. Shri Vas Thakur heard the news. But he told them not to disturb the Sankirtan moment at this time. Shri Vas Thakur knew his son has died. But he kept quiet. And everybody is dancing. And after the Sankirtan was over, when everybody became normal, now the news came out. that while the Sankirtan was going on, Shiva's son is dead. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said there must have been some calamity in the house. He expressed his regret, saying, "Why was this news not given to me?" And then he went to the place where the son was lying dead. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down there and he asked the dead son to come and talk. The soul, he invoked the soul of the dead son and talk. "My dear boy, why are you leaving Shri Vas Thakur's house?" The dead son immediately replied, "I was living in this house as I was destined to live here." It's very a heart-wrenching story when you think of it. Imagine Kirtan is going on and the host's son is dying in the Kirtan. We all think Kirtan means all good things have to happen. So as per the worldly, if you see from the worldly vision, like, oh my God, Sankirtan was happening and such a big calamity, such an inauspicious thing happened while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there. But look at Shri Vas Thakur's way. He's not even telling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and holding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my son is dead, please do something. He's quiet. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is now rebuking, he's getting angry. Why didn't you tell me that this calamity happened? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls, invoke the soul and says, why did you leave? And what an answer he gave. This was what I was destined to live with this family. When we say meeting of souls in our life, whoever has come in our life, it is all karmic exchanges. The day the exchange is done, no matter what you do, that relation is not going to stay. It could be a very loving relationship or it could be a relationship of hatred. It's not that everybody is dying. But those relations, as much as the karmic exchange is there, that's it. Those relations are going to end. Sometimes what happens, the relations end, and then we are still crying, oh, why did the relation end? Where are they? I want to meet them again. I wish they can come back. I wish we could have those loving times again. Now, that is attachment. That is what we have to work on. They came in our lives to give us some, whatever they gave, love, hatred, whatever. Some good time, some bad times. Now they are gone. Now, I'm hoping that the exchanges are done. I'm not asking for any more. And then you go and tell Bhagwan, let this be the end. I don't want any more. So that's how a person with knowledge, a person with wisdom will work like this. Every relationship that is going on, ending in your life, slowly, thank you for coming in my life, for giving me all the good experiences and the bad experiences. They made me much stronger. They made me much better. I'm very, very thankful to these souls. Bhagwan, thank you very much for sending these souls to me. Now they have left. Some have died, some are living. But they don't have any role in my life anymore. Those chapters are closed. Bhagwan, thank you so much for making this life so beautiful, for giving all these experiences of good and bad. They're all, they're all nice. Like when we eat food, we have to have all sorts of things around in the plate. Right? We can have sweet, we can have pickles, we can have something salty, something sour, something sweet. So we have different varieties of food. Similarly, life is like that. I just say life is like a buffet. You are served something or the other every day. And everything has its own peculiar flavor. Enjoy the flavor and move on. When you go to a buffet, you come from the buffet and then you're like, you ate so much food. That time you just like it. And afterwards, the feeling is so bad. You're just not liking it. You feel so full. Or maybe the food doesn't digest for 2 days. It happens many times. And then you regret, why did I eat so much? Or why was, like, that's how life is. Every day you are served something by Mother Nature. You think this is tasty. This is giving me so much enjoyment. But that way, then again, it will give you a very bad feeling later on. And some of the things, you think, oh, they are not very good. The moment you put it in your mouth, but they are good for your health. Have it. So like that, life is good things happen, bad things happen. People come, people go. But overall, life is beautiful. So here, the son comes and gives this answer that my time was done with this family. The karmic exchanges were over. I had to go. Now that time is over, I'm going somewhere else. According to your direction, I am your eternal servant, a dependent living being. I must only act according to your desire. Beyond your desire, the soul is saying, beyond your desire, O Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I cannot do anything. I have no such power. Wherever you put me, I am there. Hearing the words of that son, all the members of Shri Vas Thakur's family received transcendental knowledge, and thus there was no cause for lamentation. The transcendental knowledge is described in Bhagavad Gita, tatha dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuhyati. That's why Gita is very important. Chapter 2, Bhagavan says, after death, the soul is going to take another body. Dhiras tatra namuhyanti. Those who are dhira, patient, sober, understand this, will not get carried away and cry like everybody else. You will feel the absence of a person in your life, but not to the extent that you're shaken inside. Oh, what just happened? My son died. My this died. It's a very big emotional setback when somebody's son dies. I mean, recently I had 2 or 3, news where kids died, young kids who are my daughter's friends. So it's very sad to hear because you've seen them growing in school and then suddenly you die overnight. Like, it's very sad to hear. But then at that moment when you react immediately because of the teachings of the Gita, your mind will again give you that knowledge again. You know what? Don't get carried away. The soul has just left the body. The body had anyways weakened up. It was bad. It's good that the soul has gone on another journey. It'll get a good body. So when you fill your mind with good thoughts, the mind has that. And when you are getting down, becoming low, going to a low point, the brain will, start feeding you all those good thoughts that you had fed it. So those thoughts will help you recover. So this is what it is. Tatha dehantar prapti dhiras tatrana muhyati. When someone dies, he accepts another body. Therefore, sober persons do not lament. After the discourse between the dead boy and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, funeral ceremonies were performed and Lord Chaitanya assured Shri Vas Thakur, you have lost one son, but Nityanand Prabhu and I, O Shri Vas Thakur, are your sons. We shall never be able to give up your company. This is an instance of transcendental relationship with Krishna. We have eternal transcendental relationship with Krishna as a servant, friends, fathers, sons, or conjugal lovers. When the same relationships are pervertedly reflected in this material world, we have relationships such as the sons, fathers, friends, lovers, masters, or servants of others. But all these relationships are subject to termination within a definite period. If we revive our relationship with Krishna, however, by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or eternal relationship, there will be no cause for lamentation anymore. तबेता करीला सबे भक्त वरदान उच्चिष्ट दिया नारायण नीरा करीला समान. Thereafter, the Lord charitably bestowed his benediction upon all the devotees. He gave remnants of his foods to Narayani, showing her special respect. There was a tailor who was a meat eater, but he was sewing garments for Shri Vas Thakur. The Lord, being merciful, showed him his own form. The tailor saw the form and he went mad, started dancing, and he also became, even though he was a meat eater, but because of the association and the grace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became pure Vaishnava. One day, आवेशेते श्रीवासे प्रभु वंशित मागीला श्रीवास कहे वंशी तोमार गोपी हरे नीला शुनि प्रभु बल बल बलेन आवाश आवेशे श्रीवास वर्णेन वृंदा वन लीला रासे. In ecstasy, Lord asked Shri Vas Thakur, to give his flute. One day, Bhagwan is there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in his thought, probably he's become Krishna again. And in that avesh, in that he's saying, give me my flute, give me my flute. And Shri Vas Thakur is having is just talking. Because Shri Vas Thakur knows this is not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is Krishna who's talking. Shri Vas Thakur says, oh, the gopis have taken away your flute, I don't have the flute. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy, and in ecstatic mode, he says, go on talking, bala bala, go on talking, talk more, talk more. Tell me more about the gopis. Which gopi took the flute? Which gopi? So in the Krishna mode, he's asking, talk about the gopis. I want to hear about the gopis. And in the beginning, Shri Vas Thakur decided the transcendental sweetness of Vrindavan's pastimes. Hearing this, the Lord was very happy, felt more great jubilation in his heart. And thereafter the Lord again and again asked, Bale, vara vara, bala bala, or bolo, more. Puna puna kahe Shivasa kariya vistara. And Shri Vas Thakur went on talking about this Vrindavan pastimes again and again. He explained extensively how the gopis were attracted to the forest of Vrindavan by the vibration of Krishna's flute and how they wandered together in the forest. So just one word, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, give me the flute. And he says, the flute has given, the gopis have taken the flute. Where? He says, then he goes on with the story. Oh, Krishna was playing the flute and then the gopis got attracted and because of the flute. So the gopis thought there is sometimes some leelas, where the gopis are jealous of the flute. Gopis think, we think of Krishna so much. We serve him so much from our heart. We want Krishna to be with us all the time. But we don't get that fortunate as much as the flute. Look at that flute. What did it do? It has just come from a dry tree. Small trunk of a dry tree. But all the time Krishna is having it. And not only that, Krishna takes the flute and puts it on his lips and plays with it. That flute must have done something. It is so lucky. It is able to go and touch Krishna's flute. Why don't we have this fortune? So other gopi says, you're right, Gopi. You know what? Let's do one thing. What? Let's just steal the flute. And then just for the flute, Krishna will come looking for us. And then when he comes looking for us, we'll make him do everything that we want him to do. And in this way, they do this Leela of stealing the flute. And then the flute is hidden with Radha Rani. And a lot of stories goes on with that. So Shri Vas Thakur, from one flute, he got into the Leelas of Vrindavan. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is relishing it, enjoying it. He's like, bolo, bolo. Bala, bala. He enacted. Shri Vas Thakur went into Vrindavan. And Vrindavan, then he started enacting. Mahaprabhu asked, okay. So which groves are they hiding? And what is the weather now? What is the time? Oh, it is rainy season. And the gopis are in that grove where the rains are falling and rains are like, very beautiful drizzle is coming out. And gopis are in that grove. Oh, no. Now the gopis are running because Krishna is going to come there. So gopis want to hide into another grove. And this grove, the season is the summer season. And every season has a different mood. Vrinda, all this what I'm discussing, it's all written in the Vanis, in the Padas of various Rasik saints. There is a book called Adil-lila. I do the class, which happens India morning time, early morning, 5 o'clock, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Some of you who are interested in this Rasik Vanis, when they write to me personally, I just invite them. It's not a public invitation for everybody, but the live comes on YouTube also. So everybody, those who want to attend, they can hear from the YouTube also. So what I'm describing about this Leelas, because here it says, Tahi madhe chaya ritu Leela ravarnana madhupana rasotsava jalakeli kathana. Shri Vas Thakur started describing these Leelas in various seasons, and in those various seasons, he's describing the drinking of honey, he's describing the incident of Rasa dance and the swimming in the Yamuna. All these Leelas have been very beautifully described in the padas of a book called Lila. So Lila, this is another saint called Saint Dhruvdas. And Dhruvdas is from Radha Vallabh Sampradaya. And he has written 42 Leelas. The name Lila means 42 pastimes. Every pastime, like every chapter is 42 chapters are there, and every chapter has more than 100 dohas, couplets. And in those couplets, and there are some songs. It's written in a different language, Vraj Bhasha. But all these seasons are so beautifully described, so beautifully described. I feel so fortunate that, I read the Chaitanya Charitamrita so many times. I've lost count now. I have read this statement so many times. Tahi madhe chaya ritu lilara varnana madhupaye rasotsava jalakeli kathana. I've read it. But where does it happen? Where is the description? So there are other books. Ujjwal Nilmani is there, one of the books. Very beautiful. Vidagdha Madhav is there. But those are in Sanskrit. First to read Sanskrit, then it's too much on the brain, okay? Read in Sanskrit and then translate it into Hindi. Sometimes the Hindi translations are also very, very hard to understand. But when I opened Lila, oh my God. So nicely, all the Leelas have been explained that if somebody reads that over and over again, those who understand Hindi, I mean the Vraj Bhasha a little bit, you hear it over and over again. You will be in that Vaikuntha, you'll be in Goloka Vrindavan with the Sakhis doing those Leelas. That's how it is. Hopefully in future, I'm trying to translate everything into English. Let's see how it comes. Vrindavan Mahima, I started with the same intention that, let me give everything in Hindi as well as in English, because the English audience is very less. But then if they hear, there are a lot of Krishna Premis. Someday or somebody will come to the channel and he will see the English one and they'll be like, wow, this is what we are missing. So with that intention, I'm translating. It's a lot of work, Hindi, English. First from Sanskrit to Hindi. Hindi is still easy for me. Then from Hindi to English, it's a very difficult work, because to get that feeling, like here, they have used 3 words in this one thing: Madhupana, Rasotsava, Jalakeli Kathana. Jalakeli. So these 3 words are very easy. If you do, it is given in this language. The same word is used in Sanskrit, the same word is used in Hindi. So easy. But if I have to explain that in English, it says the swimming in the Yamuna. Swimming in the Yamuna means that bhava, that feeling has to come. What were Radha Krishna doing in the swimming in the Yamuna? The whole bhava, how the Yamuna has to be, how the ghats are, what the Sakhis are doing. Just one statement, swimming in the Yamuna, cannot describe it. But for us, those who are practicing this, upasana, rasopasana, if you tell me Jalakeli, that's it. And if I close my eyes, 1 hour will be gone in Jalakeli. You talk to Madhupan. 3 Leelas, 3 hours. That's how beautiful these Leelas are. So when Shri Vas Thakur is talking about these Leelas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is relishing. Kaviraj Goswami is writing only 3 words. He's not, but I'm pretty sure when he was writing, he must be wanting to write more in detail, but not to make the book voluminous, he has controlled it here. But still, he has given some insights. So let us get into the joy of this rasas. Bala bale prabhu sunita ulasa Shri Vyasa kahe tabe rasa rasera vilasa. Sri Vas Pandit narrated all the pastimes enacted during the 6 changing seasons. He described the drinking of honey, the celebration of the Rasa dance, the swimming in the Yamuna, and other such incidents. When the Lord heard, he said, go on speaking, go on speaking. Then Sri Vas Thakur described the Rasa-lila, which is filled with transcendental mellows. As the Lord and Sri Vasa Thakur spoke, the morning appeared. This is what happens when you start talking on these topics, time just stops. So they went on talking the whole night and suddenly they say, oh, it's morning time. Lord was very happy. He embraced Sri Vas Thakur and satisfied him. Thereafter, a dramatization of Krishna's pastimes were performed in the house of Chandrasekhar Acharya. The Lord became Rukmani in that drama. The Lord sometimes played the part of the goddess Durga, Lakshmi, or the chief potency, Yogamaya. Sitting on the cot, he delivered love of Godhead to all the devotees present. One day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had finished his dancing, and then a woman who was a wife of a Brahmana came there, and she caught hold of Mahaprabhu's feet. As she took the dust of his holy feet again and again, the Lord became unlimitedly happy. So this Brahmana's wife came and she's touching Bhagwan's feet. And again she wants to hold Bhagwan's feet. So Bhagwan was a little unhappy. And he got up from there, went to the Ganges, and jumped into the Ganges and took a bath because he wanted to counteract the sinful activity of the woman. Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur caught him and raised him from the river. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God himself, but he was playing a part of a preacher. Every preacher should know that being allowed to touch a Vaishnava's feet and take dust may be good for the persons who takes it, but it is not good for persons who allows it to be taken. As far as possible, this practice should be ordinarily avoided. Only initiated disciples should be allowed to take this advantage, not others. Those who are full of sinful activities should generally be avoided. That night, the Lord stayed at the house of Vijayacharya. In the morning, the Lord took all his devotees and returned home. Ek din gopi bhave grihe te vishay vasiya gopi nama laya vishanahaya ek paduya aila prabhu ke dekhite gopi nama suni lagila balite. One night, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the mood of the gopis. And he was sitting in his house and loudly he started saying, Gopi, Gopi, ha Gopi, ha Gopi, in the mood of separation. Where are the gopis? Where are the gopis? And then a student came there. He saw the Lord. He's a student. Lord is sitting in his bhava, saying, Gopi, 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 Gopi. Student saw. Sir, why are you saying Gopi, Gopi, Mahaprabhu? You have taught us to take the name of Krishna. So please say Krishna, Krishna. Krishna nama nala okene, Krishna nama dhanya, Gopi, Gopi bali leva, kab kiba kab punya. He says, why are you taking you only taught, right? Take the name of Krishna, take the name of Krishna. Krishna's name is glorious. By chanting Gopi, Gopi, what are you going to achieve? Why are you chanting the name of Gopi? Chant Krishna, Krishna. Lord was in the mood of Gopi. Lord saw the student and got angry. And he said, Suni Prabhu krodhe kaila, Krishna doshodgara, Thengalaya uthila Prabhu, Paduya maribara. Hearing the foolish student, the Lord became greatly angry and rebuked Lord Krishna in various ways, taking up a stick. He rose to strike the student. The student ran away in fear and the Lord followed him. But somehow or the other, the devotees checked the Lord. The devotees pacified the Lord and brought him home. And the student ran away to the assembly of other students. So he was very angry because he said, why are you saying Gopi, Gopi? Say Krishna, Krishna. Lord took a stick and he wanted to beat the student. The student ran away. Everybody stopped him. The student went to the other students And he said, something has gone wrong with Mahaprabhu. He just keeps chanting Gopi, Gopi. And when I corrected him, he's trying to hit me. He's really a mad person. And then, one thing like this, one poison like this, it just poisons everybody else's mind. So there are thousands of students now, and all of them heard this student, and they're like, yeah, this is what has happened. Oh my God. Hearing of the incident, all the students also became very greatly angry, and they all together joined to criticize the Lord. So everybody is now criticizing the Lord. One of them says, Nimai Pandit has spoiled the country. Sabha Brashta Desh, Brashta Kaila, Ekela Nimai. Oh, this Nimai, he has made everybody Brashta. Everybody has become fallen down. Brahmana Marite Chai, Dharma Bhaya Nai. He wants to strike, he took a stick and he wants to strike a Brahmana. Oh, he has no fear of religious principles. Puna yadi aiche kare, mari bata hare. So the students are criticizing. The other one is also aggravated. He's like, yeah. Next time if he does that, if Mahaprabhu takes a stick and hits a Brahmana, we will also hit him. We will retaliate. Kova manusha haya, he karite pare. What kind of important person he is? He can check us in this way. Prabhura nindaya sabar buddhi hailanash supatitha vidyakara nahaya prakasha. When all the students thus resolved, criticizing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, their intelligence was spoiled. Thus, although they were learned scholars, they were all Brahmana scholars, but they're criticizing him so much, their mind got contaminated. And because of this offense, the essence of knowledge could not be manifested in them anymore. Tathapi dambhika padui namra nahi aaya yaha taha prabhura ninda hasi se karaya. But those people like this who relish things like, acts like criticizing others. They want to keep criticizing, provoking, doing poking. They have this habit. So here, Kaviraj says, even though they were fully contaminated, the essence of the knowledge is not getting into them. Still, they are very proud of themselves. They are not submissive. And on the contrary, the students went on speaking about this incident to every person in a laughing manner. They all criticized the Lord. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being omniscient, could understand the degradation of the students. Thus, he sat at home and contemplated how to rescue them. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What should I do to rescue them? They are falling down. No matter what they are students, they are Brahmana students. They're criticizing me and they're falling down in their effort. But still, I should do something. All the so-called professors and scientists and the students generally follow the relative principles of religion, fruitive activities and austerities. The Lord thought, yet at the same time, they were blasphemers and rogues. If I do not induce them to take devotional service, because of this nature of theirs, blaspheming, none of these people will be able to take it. I have come here to deliver the fallen souls, but now just the opposite has happened. How can these rogues be delivered? How many can be benefited? If these rogues offer me obeisances, the reactions of their sinful activities will be nullified. Then, if I induce them, they will take to devotional service. I must certainly deliver all these fallen souls who blaspheme me and do not offer me obeisances. I shall accept the sannyas order of life, for thus people will offer me obeisances, thinking me of as a member of the rounds order. So, Prabhu, saw everybody's ridiculing him, talking bad about him, criticizing him, his ways. He got so much opposition for the work he is doing. And it happens with all great people. When they go on the path, there'll be supporters and there'll be people who will oppose. Mahaprabhu is going through that. Mahaprabhu is God incarnation. But the way Mahaprabhu is thinking, how to deliver everybody, they are falling in their own ditch by criticizing and not understanding Mahaprabhu's bhava. They're being judgmental according to their own understanding. So Mahaprabhu thinks, how should I deliver them? If they have to accept me and they have to pay their obeisances. Then at that time, becoming a sannyasi and wearing the sannyasi robe, of course, you see a sannyasi, you will pay obeisances. So he said, okay, let me accept the sannyas order. And then, as formality also, they will have to pay their obeisances. And this will help me to deliver them. Pranatite habehar aparadakshaya nirmala hridaye bhakti karaiba udaya. Offering obeisances will relieve them of all the reactions to their offenses. Then, by my grace, bhakti will awaken in their hearts. Ei sab pashandira tabe haibe nistara ara kona upay nahi ei yukta sara. All the unfaithful rogues of this world can be delivered by this process. There is no alternative. This is the essence of the argument. After coming to a firm conclusion, Lord continued to stay at home, and at that time, Keshav Bharti aila nadiya nagere. At that time, Keshav Bharti came, who was from the Shankaracharya Sampradaya. The Lord offered him respectful obeisances and invited him to his house. After feeding him some chishli, he admitted to him his petition. And he said to Keshav Bharti, Sir, you are directly Narayana. Therefore, please be merciful unto me. Deliver me from this material bondage. Bharti kahe na tumi Ishwar antaryami ye karaha se kariba swatantra nahiya ami. Keshav Bharti said, what are you talking? I am Narayana. I know who you are. You are Ishwar. You are Antaryami who resides in everybody's heart. Still, as you tell, ye karaha sa kariba. Whatever you tell, I will do it. Swatantra nahi ami. I am not independent. Oh, Mahaprabhu. So if you say I have to deliver you, I will. After saying that, Keshav Bharti, the spiritual master, went back to his village, Katwa, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there, and then he became a sannyasi. So he accepted sannyas order from Keshav Bharti. After he got the sannyas order, actually when he was getting the sannyasa, 3 people attended the sannyasa ceremony, and they were Nityanand Prabhu, Chandrasekhar Acharya, and Mukunda Datta. Text 274. Thus, I have summarized the incidents of the Adi-lila. Srila Vrindavan Thakur has described them elaborately in his Chaitanya Bhagavat. The same Supreme Personality of Godhead who appeared as the son of Mother Yashoda has now appeared as the son of Sachi, relishing 4 kinds of devotional service: to taste the mellows of Srimati Radha Rani, Radha Rani's loving affairs in her relationship with Krishna, and to understand the reservoir of pleasure in Krishna, Krishna himself. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the mood of Radha Rani, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the mood of gopis, who accept Vrajendra Nandan Sri Krishna as their love. It is firmly concluded that the ecstatic mood of the gopis is possible only before Krishna and no one else. Shama Sundar Shikhi Picha Gunja Vibhushana Gopavesha Tribhangima Murali Vadana Iha Chadi Krishna Yadi Haya Ayankara Gopikara Bhavanahi Yaya Nikatatahara. Shri Krishna has a bluish complexion, a peacock feather on his head, a gunja garland, and decorations of a cowherd boy. So he looks like a cowherd boy. His body is curved in three places, and he holds a flute on his mouth. If Lord Krishna gives up this original form and assumes another form, nearness to him cannot invoke the ecstatic mood of gopis. So the mood of gopis is Krishna is always two-handed. He's just like he's just like a cowherd boy. He is their next door boy. He's in the neighborhood. So gopis are growing up playing with him. The gopas, the friends, are growing up playing with him. He's our next door boy. He's our neighbor. And the neighbor's son is our son. So this is the feeling in that community. If somebody comes and tell, oh, no, this neighbor is like 400 Vishnu form, they're like, they don't want to believe. So in Vrindavan, if somebody wants to have a gopi bhav, Krishna is always two-handed. He has shown his 400 form in Dwarka. There he was accepted. He was a king. Full opulence. But here, two-handed boy. That's it. Rupa Goswami wrote a book called Lalit Madhav, and in that he's given this Leela. Once Lord Shri Krishna playfully manifested himself as Narayana with four victorious hands and a very beautiful form. When the gopis saw the exalted form, however, their ecstatic feelings were crippled. Even a learned scholar, therefore, cannot understand the gopis' ecstatic feelings, which are firmly fixed upon the original form of God, of Lord Krishna, as the son of Nanda Maharaj. The wonderful feelings of gopis in ecstatic paramrasa with Krishna constitute the greatest mystery in spiritual life. बसंत काले रास लीला करे गोवर्धने अंतर्धान कैलास संकेत करे राधा साने. One beautiful lila is coming up. निभृत निकुंजे वसी देखे राधर बाट अनवेशिते अहिला ताहा गोपिका रथाट. During the season of springtime, when the rasa dance was going, suddenly Krishna disappeared from the scene. So all the girls have come in springtime and they were all gathered near Yamuna, near one grove. All of them are dancing. And Krishna was in he always likes to do all this, play some pranks. So he just left from the scene. And then the girls thought, oh, he has left us. Maybe he's gone to Radha Rani. Probably he wants to spend time alone with Radha Rani. But Krishna was sitting in a solitary bush and he was waiting there for Radha Rani. So all the gopis are like, okay, maybe he's gone to Radha Rani. Let's go and disturb them. Come on. So all the gopis are going in a group. Find out where he is. Find out where he is. We'll come to know. Oh, how do the gopis come to know whether Radha Rani is there or Shri Krishna is there? Shri Krishna can hide himself, but Radha Rani's fragrance, it just spreads all over in Vrindavan. So wherever whichever grove she is in, so you can just follow the fragrance and reach to the grove. The gopis are expert in all this. So gopis are like, okay, he ran away. Maybe he's with Radha. Let's go and check where he is. And they're going in. And they went there like a phalanx of soldiers. And then suddenly one gopi saw. They're going towards that grove. One gopi said, oh, it smells of tulsi. Maybe it is there. He's there. And then suddenly somebody sees a blue light and a yellow light. They're like, okay, that grove. Let's go and find him out. There within that bush is Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Krishna thought, oh my God, these gopis are not going to leave me. So he says, Gopi Gana Dekhi Krishner Haila Sadvas Lukaite Narila Bhai Haila Vibas. As soon as Krishna saw all the gopis, he was struck with emotion, thus he could not hide himself. And out of fear, he became motionless. Then what do I do now? The gopis will catch me. What do I do? So for some time he could not understand. Oh my God, so many gopis coming. Oh, what do I do? Then he immediately took out his two hands. So he has two hands already, and now he took out another two hands. So he became the 400 Narayana in the bush. So the gopis are coming. So gopis thought this is Krishna, because now the gopis came there and they're like, huh? This is oh my God, we were fooled. Oh, this is the 400 Vishnu. And the gopis are like praying to him, oh Vishnu, he is not Krishna. And they started offering their prayers to the 400 Vishnu, and they're saying, Namo Narayana Deva Karaha Prasada Krishna Sange Deha Mora Guchaha Vishada Etabali Namaskari Gela Gopi Gana Hena Kali Radha Asi Dila Darshana. All, so the gopis came thinking that that is Krishna, but Krishna has now become the 400 Narayana. So the gopis, they just, fall at his feet and they're like, oh Krishna, kindly be merciful upon us. Oh Narayana, kindly be merciful upon us. We have one desire. Narayana, Krishna disguised as Narayana is standing there. Narayana is like, yeah, what do you want? Narayana, we only want to be with Krishna. We only want the association of Krishna. Please vanquish our limitation. Narayana is like, Tathastu with his forehand. Tathastu, but it's actually Krishna. After saying this, the gopis went there. And the gopis went and they looked for Radha Rani. And they thought, is Krishna with you? Radha is like, no, Krishna is not with me. Where is Krishna? Even I'm looking for him. So they said, we don't know where Krishna is, but we saw Narayana there in the bushes. Come on, let's go and pray to Narayana. Narayana will tell where Krishna is. So Radhani comes there. Now Krishna is another problem. With gopis, it was easy to be in the 400 form. But if Radharani is coming, then Krishna becomes ecstatic. It is not possible for him to stay in the 400 form. When the moment he saw Radharani coming in front of him, he immediately hit his two hands. And he immediately became the 200 Krishna. So from the 400 became the 200 Krishna. And then he's sitting like a nice boy, waiting for Radharani. This is what happens in Vrindavan. So when Lord Krishna saw Radharani, he wanted to maintain the forearm form to joke with her in front of Srimati Radharani. However, Shri Krishna had to hide the two extra arms. He tried his best to keep the forearms before her, but he was completely unable to do so. The influence of Radharani's pure ecstasy is so conceivably great that it forced Krishna to come to his original two-armed form. Prior to the Ras dance, the Lord Krishna hid himself in a grove just to have fun. When the gopis came, their eyes resembled those of deer of his sharp intelligence. He exhibited his beautiful four-armed form to hide himself. But when Srimati Radhani came there, Krishna could not maintain his forearms in her presence. This is a wonderful glory of her love. This is a pastime described in Ujjwal Nilmani by Rupa Goswami. The same father, Nanda, the king of Brajbhumi, has now become Jagannath Mishra, and the same mother Yashoda has now become Sachi, and same Lord Krishna has now become Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Nityanand Prabhu always feels the ecstatic emotion of paternity, servitude, and friendship. He always assists Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this way. Sri Nityanand Prabhu overflooded the entire world by distributing the transcendental love in service. No one can understand his character and activities. Srila Advaita Acharya Prabhu appeared as an incarnation of the devotee. He is in the category of Krishna, but he descended to this earth to propagate devotional service. His natural emotions are always on the platform of fraternity and servitude, but the Lord sometimes treated him as a spiritual master. All the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, headed by Shri Vas Thakur, have their own emotional humors in which they render service to him. Personal associates like Gadadhar Pandit, Swarup Damodar, Ramanand Rai, and six Goswamis are all situated in their respective transcendental humors. Thus, the Lord submits to various positions in their transcendental mellows. In Krishna-lila, he appeared with bluish blackish complexion. In Gaura-lila, he appeared with golden complexion. And he appeared as a Brahmana and accepted the sannyas order of life. Therefore, the Lord himself, assuming the mood of the gopis, addresses the son of Nanda Maharaj, O master of my life, O my dear husband. He is Krishna, yet he has accepted the mood of gopis. How is it so? This is the inconceivable character of the Lord, which is very difficult to understand. One cannot understand the contradictions of Lord Chaitanya's character by putting forward mundane logic and arguments. Consequently, one should not maintain doubts in this connection. One should simply try to understand the inconceivable energy of Krishna. Otherwise, one cannot understand how such contradictions are possible. The pastimes of Sri Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are all wonderful. His ecstasy is wonderful. His qualities are wonderful. His behavior is wonderful. We have to accept it all without any arguments. Those who argue will get into Kumbhi Pakajal. For him, there is no deliverance. Only a person who has a firm faith in the wonderful pastimes of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can approach his feet. In this discourse, I have explained the essence of devotional conclusion. Anyone who hears this develops unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. So he has almost come to the end of Adi-lila, but he is still going to repeat everything, whatever he covered in Adi-lila, just to relish the purpose of this scripture. We can see in the scripture Srimad Bhagavatam, the conduct of its author, Sri Vyasadeva. After speaking the narration, he repeats it again and again. Therefore, I shall enumerate the chapters of Adi-lila. In the first chapter, I offer obeisances to the spiritual master, for this is the beginning of auspicious writing. The second chapter explains the truth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, and now he has appeared as the son of Sachi. Third chapter describes the general cause of his appearance. The fourth chapter describes the main reason for his appearance, which is to taste the mellows of his own transcendental loving service and his own sweetness. Fifth chapter describes the truth of Lord Nityanand Prabhu, who is none other than Balram, the son of Rohini. The sixth chapter considers the truth of Advaita Acharya. He is an incarnation of Mahavishnu. The seventh chapter describes the Panchatattva, Sri Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, and Shri Vas. They all combine together to distribute love of Godhead everywhere. The eighth chapter gives the reason for describing Lord Chaitanya's pastime. It also describes the greatness of Lord Krishna's holy name. The ninth chapter describes the desired tree of devotional service. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is a gardener who planted it. The 10th chapter describes the branches and sub-branches of the main trunk and the distribution of their fruits. The 11th chapter describes the branch called Sri Nityananda Prabhu. The 12th chapter describes the branch called Sri Advaita Prabhu. The 13th chapter describes the birth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which took place with the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. The 14th chapter gives some description of Lord's childhood pastimes. The 15th briefly describes Lord's boyhood pastimes. 16th, I have indicated the pastimes of Kaishora age. In 17th, I have specifically described his youthful pastimes. Thus, there are 17 varieties of subjects in the first canto, which is known as Adi-lila. 12 of these constitute the preface of this chapter of the scripture. After the chapters of the preface, I have described the 5 transcendental mellows in the 5 chapters. I have described them very briefly rather than expansively. By the order and strength of Sri Nityanand Prabhu, Srila Vrindavan Thakur has elaborately described in his Chaitanya Mangal all that I have not. The pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are wonderful and unlimited. Even personalities like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Sheshnag cannot find their end. Anyone who describes or hears any part of this elaborate subject, blessings to both of us, all of us, to me and to you. Anyone who describes or hears any part of this elaborate subject will very soon receive the causeless mercy of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Herein, the author again describes the Panchatattva, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Advaita Nityananda, Shri Vasadi, and all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. I offer my respectful obeisances to all residents of Vrindavan. I wish to place their lotus feet on my head in great humbleness. Shri Swarupa, Shri Rupa, Shri Sanatana, Shri Raghunath Das, Ara Shri Jiva Charana, Shire dhari vando nitya karo tan ras Chaitanya Charitamrita kahe Krishnadas. I wish to place the lotus feet of the Goswamis on my head. Their names are Sri Sarup Damodar, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunathdas Goswami, and Sri Jeev Goswami. Placing their lotus feet on my head, always hoping to serve them, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purports of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila, 17th chapter, describing the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his youth. So thus we come to the end of Adi-lila. Now there is Madhya-lila. So Adi-lila had only 2 books. Madhya-lila is little extensive, 5 volumes that we will start tomorrow, full of beautiful leelas of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So with this we come to the end. Let me just read your comments and then we will stop. Jayanti Jai Ma. All right. Amrita, yes, recently one of my family friends, 26-year daughter, passed away in a flood at Australia. Oh my gosh. While being a sadhak, mind tries to console ourselves. However, the very second moment, while thinking of the pain of the parents, yes. The mind says, is it that easy to get console? Yes, it is very tough, very, very tough. I had a similar experience. Somebody I knew very close, they lost a 21-year-old child like within 10 days. And being a mother, mothers can feel the pain of a mother. It is very difficult. Even though we are in our senses, we can talk, but the one who is going through this pain, the family, the entire family, the sister, the mother, it takes time for them to deal with it. 2-3 years. It's very hard. Yes, I understand. But if you don't have this knowledge of Gita, then I think it will make you mad. So once you have the knowledge of Gita, when the mind is settled and then you think over it, you'll become, you feel better. It takes time though. It takes time. For the person who has gone through the pain, it's really painful. I understand. Sai Lakshmi Jai Guru Mahita Rivansh, the flute personified, appeared on this earth to give personal association to all of us. Yes, yes. Shri Radha's mercy gave us Leela to a few fortunate, but you have brought it to people like me even. Ma Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took up sannyas order only to take an exalted status in the mind of ignorant people, to deliver them an example of great Guru. Yes, truly. All right. So may all your night and day be Chaitanyamay, and we'll see you tomorrow with Madhya-lila. Jai Shri Krishna. Radhe Radhe.
Thank you.
Radhe Radhe Ma.